Hey, remember that pattern 31864? Let's try it double wide. What do you think? But first, roll the intro. Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AKAAWOL, and today we're going to play with the pattern 31864. Same as yesterday if you actually caught yesterday's video, but this time we're going to try something a little bit different. So let me get a hold of the image, and there it is. There's the secret. I am going to make it a double wide this time. So we need to rotate this by 90 degrees. And then we need to enlarge it so we can see what we got. I'm just spinning the scroll wheel, trying to get that thing bigger. Okay. And now we can move it. It's really just coming off the edge there, isn't it? Bring it up a little bit more. Won't fit on the side. Either way I do it, it's really super close to the edge. Alright, that's fine. Let's anchor the layer, and let's do this. So obviously, again, we're not going to use the black. It's just, if we want to change the color later on, it'll pose a problem. So we're going to bring it out to the edges just like last time. So that's actually the same number or not. So what's going to happen is we're going to have like an extra dark thing coming down the center here. Alright, let's take the color from this, make our diamond. So if you didn't hear me yesterday, I ranted because one of the colors in the pattern itself does not get used. We are going to inject our own color. Mostly just because we can. Let's put these strings in their places. I'm not sure how far I want to go with the pattern unmodified. Because that's the part of the fun I think is going to be when we do this double wide, right? Is you could, you could just do the whole thing and you would just have like a really dark stripe straight down the middle of it. But I think the fun that I want to have with this is in getting that middle area to kind of stretch out and become something. So and now the color we need is this purplish one. And it does this cool little zigzag thing here. Mind you, this is probably an intermediate bracelet overall. Designing it wise, I'm going to say it's still intermediate. Like if you're going to try to edit and come up with something the way I am, I don't think I'm going too crazy with it. What I am going to do though is, you may have noticed I held off on putting the pink all the way to the start because it can go either from here or from here. And I'm not sure which one I want to do. The fact that one string doesn't get used and the fact that it can actually originate in either of the two places is definitely interesting, to say the least. Let's go with it coming out here. Not sure it really matters a whole lot in the end, but yeah, we'll just do that for now. And then this blue runs along here, and it gets an extra knot because the center row ties to itself. So that's going to work itself out when we copy and paste and put it on the other side. That will actually make a little bit more sense. So we have a lot of room to play with. Let's go ahead and put in the colors here. So maybe what we do is we make it divert from the basic pattern itself into something else. Mind you, this obviously I did not work this out in advance. This is me trying to come up with something new and different and showing you exactly my method for doing that. So hopefully this will inspire you. If you can see that the fact that I can wing it and end up with something cool, then you too can wing it and see what you come up with. It's most likely going to be really cool, right? I mean, let's face it. You're making friendship bracelets and you're designing your own patterns. It's likely to be super cool. All right, let's introduce our bright color, orange. This is the string that, for whatever reason, wasn't made some kind of cool neutral-y thing. Oh, that's cool. I see. So yeah, this, I'm not sure if I picked the right way of doing it. I could have gone, maybe had the orange come out a little bit different, but we'll see. Oh no, this will work out fine. So let's take this blue and come all the way to the center with it. We got plenty of room to play with. Okay. And all right. So this dark blue is going to get used an awful lot. If you're cutting your string, make sure that you cut it I really messed that one up. Control C, Control V. Control A. Alright. Messed up that outer part of the dark blue. And yeah, let's bring this all the way back to the center where it does what it was doing before. So we've just created, whoops, that was big miss. Hit the whole outside area. Alright, so we're back to the regular pattern down here. So now the trick is to make all these go back where they belong. So it would appear that our light blue makes up the diamond here. And then we're going to try to mirror this down here. So it just kind of tapered in and then went right back to normals. And then this is mirroring what was on the other side. And then the color goes to out here. And this blue comes straight down. We have a lot of filling in to do, obviously, because I kind of raced way ahead. We've got the cool orange to come up here. Okay, this white color, that's interesting. That's just going to come through the center here. See how it has to bounce off that orange? So basically it chooses for itself where it's going to go. Again, we're going to going for the symmetry as well. I mean, this is, you can do a whole lot of things with knots. Part of it, though, should be in trying to get things nice and symmetrical. Okay. So the white color goes off of there and comes back to be in the middle of this again. We're just doing something random. I think for me, this feels like we just did something really big. Oops. All right, let's see. So filling in the last of the colors here, seeing what has been left out and getting them where they belong. Mind you, I'm using a lot of the colors that were actually in the pattern itself. The only big difference obviously is the dark blue is where the black was. As far as these colors themselves, yeah, I will definitely be changing them up for something different. I don't know what. It doesn't matter. I think all patterns should be taken and examine the colors that you have already and see if there's anything in there that you particularly like the way they match up. Obviously this is 6 colors. If you wanted to, you could totally do this in rainbow. The fact that I didn't do it in rainbow, I don't know why. I could have. Kind of bounces around an awful lot, like, so it wouldn't. I think sometimes when you do it in a rainbow, it kind of lends itself to seeing a pattern in the form of like how a rainbow flows from one to the next, and that sometimes you don't see the possibility of like really changing it up dramatically. But this one, I think you're gonna look at this and be like, nope, I'm gonna pick out, and whatever the colors is you choose, that's probably the right colors. Yeah. So this green just comes down into these spots. Look at that. Just this crazy thing right there in the middle, like out of nowhere. That's so awesome. Obviously I can do this part kind of quick like that because we've already seen how it works. We know how it goes. Easy peasy. I think we're going to come back into the middle again. It's going to be slightly different, I think, from the last time because we don't have a lot of space. Actually, that might be pretty close. That's awesome. Alright, I'm going to link together some of these other colors here. It's so much easier to figure out what's happening when you have all of the colors doing what they're supposed to do and where they're supposed to be. And sometimes when you get out too far ahead of yourself, it makes it just a little bit more difficult. Oops, wrong color. So this is actually going to make a shape almost identical to the one we did before. And it's just going to loop itself. This is going to be... I couldn't have asked for this to turn out better. Really. This is awesome. So you can see I'm just kind of filling in all of the underlying strings so I can see that I have this right. Alright, okay. I guess I can fill in some of the other side too, right? Wait till you see what happens when we do the mirroring effect on this. This is going to be awesome. I can't believe how quickly this has come along. I really, coming into this, wasn't quite sure where I was going to go with it. But I knew that there's some real potential after having played with this video yesterday. I was like, no, could be a cool double thing. There. Now I just have to sort out which ones didn't get filled in, because obviously I think I missed a bit. Wow, I did better than I thought I did. There's one. Alright, well. This is going to be cool. Alright, let's get rid of this pattern thingy on the side. Oops. Seeing as how we're going to flip it around, it's so close to the edge. Just hit the delete, paint, yep, white, paint it white. There we go. Because we don't really need that anymore. Now I can get the select tool, try to get on this line, and snap it to this line. Just double check. Yep, we are right on the lines. Control C, Control V. We use the flip tool. We're going to flip it horizontally. Then we get the move tool, and we slide it over here. Is it snapped in perfect? It is. Layer anchored. Now, the select tool. Again, make sure it's snapped on the line. Control C, Control V. The flip tool, this time it's vertically. me slide this down. And whoa. First try. Landed it right on the thing. Alright, layer anchored. Now the revealing moment. Wow. Look at that. That is way cool. So it's 2 and then a 1, 2 and then a 1, 2 and then 1, 2. That turned out absolutely excellent. I am looking forward to making this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for coming along for the ride. This really came out cool. I'm really excited. I love how we just had the pop of orange in the middle of these ones. The fact that these ended up perfect, that was unexpected and a happy surprise. And yeah, this is what happens sometimes when you're designing. You end up nailing something really cool. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I will be back with more videos. I'm trying my best to do as many as I can now. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. It says, according to my stats, a lot of you guys haven't subscribed. And yeah, don't get your strings in a bunch.